Hello, 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 hello. Look, I'm trying to put on some goddamn old music or something. How y'all been? I'm down here doing taxes all day. I said, let me pop in for a quick second and just talk. So, what y'all been up to? So, I got a comment. I've been up to nothing. I have grandkids that have been ill. So, I have three of them had the flu so far. So that's been my life here. My husband's been having issues too. So, and me, shoot, every other day I wake up and look, arthritis be beating my ass. Look, my back, my neck, my everything. It just be hurting over here. So I said, let me come down here because I'm going to go live tonight with my night talk. But did you guys watch? Did you guys watch Bell Collective? I was watching it, but my granddaughter didn't have to go to the hospital yesterday, so um, I don't know. Then I had a little baby that was here, so I kind of was not watching it, but I got to get back to the part where they were getting into it, and that's something because Brandy and myself will be doing a live on Sunday tomorrow, kind of, getting back, you know, getting caught up with Bell Collective and Married to Medicine. So I said, let me come on here. I'm going to order my dad something to eat and going over to the nursing home to visit him. Look, I'm trying to straighten out my glasses. I done went and got these things from the TikTok shop that's supposed to help your glasses not move forward. So, what y'all doing this Saturday? I'm not doing too much of anything. We're still in Black History Month. And one of our elders that went on to become an ancestor. So we did lose, Reverend Jesse Jackson this week. But besides that, I've been doing taxes all day. I still got taxes still to do of everybody. I said, let me get in here and say hello. Let's kind of build this algorithm back up and see what's trending during the daytime. Not too much, but dealing with kids that are sick. I guess this flu is something. I said the flu is something terrible. Um, I haven't caught it, but I did get the flu shot. I got the flu shot and what's the other? The pneumonia shot. I got both of those. But I have to go, so I'm, trying to be careful because my dad is in a nursing home for rehabilitation because he had a amputation on his leg. So I said, let me order him something to eat. But before I do, I wanted to drop down and say hello. Hello to everyone. I'm still here. Brady and I couldn't get it together to do our second live this week. And then it's just been hectic here. Trying to do the lives and then do taxes. That's my biggest thing, getting the taxes done. I'm a little bit behind. And I still got to look, I haven't even did my own damn taxes in the last couple of years. I just don't have the bandwidth to do it. I just don't. I mean, I get everybody else's done. I don't know if it's the menopause, perimenopause. I don't know where I stand with that, to be honest. Because believe it or not, I'm still on some kind of birth control. So it's an IUD. So it was supposed to keep you, which way this go? Supposed to keep you from having periods. So who knows how that works? But either way, it's been rough. As I'm 53 and having to deal with the things that my mother never dealt with because she had to have a hysterectomy, so she didn't know about these things. But being 53 and you dealing with, weight gain, I'm going to blame it on that. Weight gain, hormones, it's just everything. Your whole body is changing. And no one ever told, like, hey, when you get this age, when you go through this, nobody in my family ever told me anyways, because I'm always in my heart forever young. I don't feel like I look 53, but honey, I feel my body feels every bit about 79. I'm not even fucking lying. Sometimes I can't even hardly roll up out of the bed good. I said, I got to get me an orthopedic mattress or something, a sleep number, because it is really taking a toll on me. But yeah, do I have any other people that's out there experiencing, us Gen X's are experiencing getting old? And it's a little hard. You're getting old, you're dealing with an aging parent, and you may even have to be, like you're sandwiched in, you got your parents and your children. So your children have children. So you're watching the children's children, and then you're helping with your parent. It's kind of rough. Sometimes it's a bit overwhelming to be in this space right here where you're kind of not getting a chance to do things that you want to do. That's where I feel like I'm stuck. I'm watching my kids. I'm having to help with my parent, and one parent needs way more help than the other. And I'm like, oh God, please let my mom stay strong. Because goodness. My dad has 6 kids. I am the oldest of 6. My mom has 3. I'm the oldest of 3. They have 3 children together. My dad had 2 marriages. So I am the oldest. And sometimes the oldest child has a lot to deal with. And I'm the kind of person, when I'm having these issues, I kind of just, I want to escape. I can't deal with it. So with me not dealing with a lot of things, I'll sit and watch TV. I then went and signed up and got BritBox off of Amazon. And I started watching this show. I think it came out in 2024, but it is called Mr. Loverman. I hope they get another season in, because I done got hooked on this show. And I said, I'll probably review it too. But I like watching Black people in other countries. I really do. I just to see how Black people live in other countries, what life is like there, how, are they dealing with the same things we deal with in the United States? And I was just telling a guy earlier that I was doing taxes for, I said, as a kid, I really didn't feel like I experienced racism like that. Not like I feel like my grandkids and my kid is seeing it. I don't think we went to school with white kids. We had neighbors that were white kids. And we lived in what they were predominantly, we didn't live in the suburbs. We lived in the urban area of town, but it was like a mixed area. And like the guy was like, were you called nigger when I don't remember it being called that and feeling away. I don't remember being called a nigger. First time I remember being called a nigger, especially I was working at the time. I used to do construction, and I was in this little small town, and a town of no Black people. It was down there working, and a white guy. This after Obama got in, called me a nigger, and I thought. I said, I ain't never been called that. And when he called me that, he was so busy hollering out the window that he almost hit the car in front of him. I said, look at God. So yeah, so I was just going through, and we were talking about some of our experiences, because I graduated class of 1990, and this guy, he had graduated in class of 91. And he was saying, like, this little small town that my daughter now lives in, which my telephone number says that town because I'm so close to it, but I'm like the northern part of that town. And he said when they were younger, he was like 13, they rode their bikes over to that town from the town that I live in, Fort Wayne, because it was so close. And they basically were told that they were going to get shot. They were out there playing basketball, and the white kids came and jumped them. These were probably, tweens. They were middle schoolers, and they got jumped by high schoolers. So they went back again, and they told their bigger brothers or whatever. And so when they went back to play basketball again over there, the The white guys then came again and tried to fight him, but the older black guys intervened. I said, but I never, really experienced that, other than I would say where I clearly was discriminated against being a kid. I think I was about 14 years old. No, I was 15. I never forget. And there was a little a place we used to go and party at. And this was a place that was on the north side of our town. So it was mostly predominantly white kids would go there. But they would, play all the latest music, mostly pop or whatever. But so we all went out there, but I didn't frequent the place all the time, but I went there a couple times. And so me and my cousin was going. My cousin, she was older than me. And so most of the black kids, their parents are dropping them off out there. So this is a ways from where you live. And, so we go out there, you got school ID, supposed to be able to get in. Not knowing the week prior, there was a big fight out there, and it was kind of almost blacks against whites. So what we noticed was, we go, show your ID, you got your money to get in. They wouldn't let the black kids in. The lady told me my ID might not really confirm my age. I'm in the 10th grade. I'm already young for the 10th grade. So I'm just 15. Most kids that graduated with me were older than I was. So I was 15. She said, well, you had to be at least 13 to get in the club. So I'm in the 10th grade. There's not too many 10th graders that are 13. And I never forget, I was like, she's like, because you could be younger than that. I said, you guys don't hardly give us credit as it is. Hell, I could be 20 in the 10th grade. Not, 15, but I remember that. So this is before cell phones like that. People had cell phones. This is 1987 or something like that. And so this is way away from where most people live. And it's not really a walking friendly area because, you kind of like by highways or, it wasn't like sidewalks. You could just clearly walk and go home. So we were trying to get in to call our parents to come and get us because they wouldn't let us in. They did let us call, me and my cousin, call my aunt so her husband come get us. But the other kids, they didn't let them call, and they told everybody to get them off the property. I mean, you can see it's like 100 black kids out here walking. Thank God my uncle came before they made us all walk, but they made them walk. I never forget that. And that was the only time as a kid that the last time I frequented one of those types of clubs. I did the ones that we had in our own areas that cater to black kids, I would say. I mean, if white kids came, they came, but this was, by somebody. But to think about it, that did happen. So yeah, but most of the kids that we went to school with, the white kids, and we had a very diverse school. They considered it the black school, but it really was not because it was majority white anyways. But I played in the band, I played the clarinet. So I was what they called a band fag. That's what we used to call it back in the day, band fags. So I played the clarinet. I played in the marching band, and most of the kids that went to school with me, it was a magnet program at our high school. I wasn't a part of it, but most of the kids who went to a magnet middle school, they came to our school. So I thought, oh, wow. I said, but my grandkids, they seeing it, different than I saw it. I said, I always felt like Gen X. We had the best childhood, because my mom, they had no childhood. We was all over the place as kids. And I got to do all kinds of things as kids. We got to do everything, I remember when they first brought in Showbiz, which is now Chuck E. Cheese. We had a Showbiz here. And they started with us. And come to find out, the people who own, or whoever the CEO of Chuck E. Cheese is on the Epstein's list. And talking about the Epstein list, they then arrested the ex-prince, Andrew. They arrested the prince, or the ex-prince. And also, because I'm just, look, this is a rambling session. I just got done doing taxes all day, so I'm just going to be rambling whatever my mind thinks I'm going to say. And so I'm going to be on here for a little bit and going to pick up my dad something. Then I will come back with a for real show this evening. But yeah, Prince Andrew was arrested. I'm like, what? It ain't nothing happening here in the United States. Also, Trump had kept talking, or 47 kept talking about the fraud and everything that happened during the election. And it turns out, which we all kind of figured, that there was some kind of fraud that was done in 2024, because Elon Musk even said it. But, I was honestly, I really hope it isn't true. Because if they were able to fraud for real, like turn stuff to another vote, that makes me scared to ever, of every election we would have. It makes me scared. So they say that there was something found that I think the mail-in votes, when people that went out, there was things that came out from like Elon Musk that was already pre-filled. And it was not something that was affiliated with the voting elections board. So, and these people filled these things out or sent them in that was already selected for them. I probably got something in the mail that was already selected. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm a natural skeptic anyways. I don't believe shit anyways. I don't believe a damn thing. I'm always not believing. You can tell me something until I see it for real, feel it, touch it, see it for my own self. I'm not gonna too much believe what you tell me. So especially if it's far out. So that's what I'm hoping. That's the only cases of voter fraud that they saw. But if it was something really done on a mass level, which looks like, I always had was wondering how all the Democrats won in North Carolina, but somehow those people did not vote the top of the ticket. And it was so broad. Because, when I go on the voters' booths, I just go straight ticket. I think that's what most people do. And then when you got to read through the ones about the judges, like, oh, shit, I don't even know who these people are. Because I didn't even research who else was running. I just wanted to get the main stuff out the way. So I don't know. But I'm hoping that, honestly, I hope that they don't find where they actually went in and were able to change our votes. That makes me very nervous because the voting machines are not even supposed to be online. So, and if these machines are not online, then how do they change the votes? So, I don't know. That makes me real nervous. Like, how do they do that? And because then it makes me nervous about all things. Alexa, Google, Siri, who's listening to our conversations when you're in your home? I know my friend tickled me. This was years ago. This is before COVID. I want to say, yeah, it's definitely before COVID because since COVID, I haven't really visited my friends like that. But we were all sitting around at one of my friends' house, and she worked at the time for, she would do a lot of international traveling. And one time she gathered up all our phones and took them into another room before we all sat down and started talking. I thought, this is strange. But she's probably saying something we're not seeing because I remember when COVID, at the beginning of COVID, she had already figured out something was coming or was going on because of her travels in the other country or the different contracts they held at her job. and she knew something was different. And, they started packing, started panicking and, stocking up on things. So I was like, she's like, no, I don't trust them phones. I was like, really? I said, well, we always thought, how when you be thinking about something or you search it on Google, then you see it again on Facebook. You're like, what the hell? Then we found out they had those extensions where they're actually monitoring things. So I can still see that because you have that app on your phone. But it makes me very nervous to think that we could go and vote and they change the votes. Because what Trump say? This will be the last time you vote. Once you vote, you ain't got to vote no more. That's what he said. That's what he told his people. You're not going to vote anymore. He be saying the quiet part out loud. And, I would always try to tell everybody, to vote. Because if it didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying to take it away. People say, oh, my vote don't count. It don't matter. It matters a big deal. They are nervous and they're trying to figure out a way to disenfranchise the masses. They are. So that's my little rant on that. What else we can talk about before I agree to come off this live? So let's see here. What else we got in the in the ether going on? I look at a lot of Instagram. I watch a lot of Morning Joe. I'm not lying. If you ever get a chance to watch Read This, Read That on YouTube, love it. It's Jackie Reed and Joy Reid. And it turns out that Joy Reid is married to one of Jackie Reed's cousins. Read This, Read That comes on, I think, on Tuesdays, I think at 5. It's good on YouTube. And of course, I always watch the Don Lemon show. I feel like I watch more YouTube than I watch TV now. And what else is going on YouTube? Oh, YouTube land, for all of you people who watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. One of our fellow YouTube content creators, which is what's his name? Lord, I'm giving you the real tea. He and Melody is having it out. I'm like, what the hell? She went behind a paywall on Patreon and was talking about him. I'm like, Melody, don't you got better things to do than be talking about a lonely content creator? He's not even, I mean, I watch the show. I like it. But she made some very, I guess she said, because evidently she must, a couple times she's came in his comments. But Melody, you left the show. I thought you was on to bigger and better things. Why are you talking about giving you the real tea? I don't understand that. Why are you talking about him and talking about his health? So he read her ass for filth today and yesterday too. And they talked about all the things, because I watched Love and Marriage Huntsville. At first, when it first came out, I watched it, but I really wouldn't catch it all the time. So when I wanted to review it, I said, let me go back and watch it all the way through. And after like the second season, Carlos King has the seasons all different. But after the second season or the first season, whatever it was, Mel was not my favorite person at all. I cannot, I felt sorry for her that she got cheated on, but she the one brought it to the light on the show. But I feel like that because she got cheated on, she was going to burn down the house and tell everybody business. And the way she used to do Tisha, I did not like it all. And I see people used to go up for Melody so hard and talk about Tisha. I mean, Tisha's a pretty girl. Maybe people right there, with that colorism, me and my co-host had discussed the other day, which I said, I ain't never. Never felt away because I guess I ain't never really experienced it. And I don't know, but I think Tisha's a beautiful girl. And people will go up for Melody, but not Tisha. And I was like, the only thing about Tisha, the kind of, she just didn't, I felt like she was unsure herself or very insecure. And so when that comes across on the TV, it just don't matter. Melody held herself up as, a boss, and Tisha was the housewife that was asking for permission to go to work, basically. So, but he dropped down and opened the line up and let people talk, and they was reading Melody, and I'm like, how are you? You done left the show on your own will. You didn't left the show. You didn't want to be friends with any of these people on the show, because I felt like this. I'm never going to leave the bag. Unless, okay, you like a Candy Bird, so she's like, okay, I can do without this. I didn't already set up these other moves. And watching Melody on TikTok, and if she was selling that with 7th Avenue like that, it seems like she would be, have her own like warehouse or something. She's still boxing up the shit in her house. So I don't know what so this sounds like a hobby. It doesn't sound like it's a big business yet, And before I would have, maybe she has other things in the pipeline. For what we can see, it doesn't look like it right now. So when Candy said she was done with Housewives, honey, we see her on Broadway. She's on The Chi. She was on with the Black Network or whatever network, playing some gay lady, and then on another show. She's had constant. Plus, she's doing, still was doing touring. Because I went to see Escape in 2024. I had a good damn time. Honey, I had a good time. Look, I had a good time. I wish I can get back to that 2024 weight. I'm trying right now. I was supposed to be doing a 90-day weight challenge journey, honey, and picked up more weight. I said, what the fuck? This menopause thing ain't no joke. So then we seen what else has been going on? Monique that came down telling people about, do your research about doing the GP1s or whatever it is, like the Ozempics and all that kind of stuff to lose weight. And I feel like this. Used to be people were running out trying to do surgery. I remember people used to get that stuff called Fin and lose the weight, because I did Fetterman, I think was it back in 2012, because that's when I first noticed the weight gain, more than normal, and I did it, and I had lost 20 pounds. I thought I was the shit. And remind you, I'm short. I'm short and I'm hippie, so it tends to, when I gain weight, it goes to my butt and thighs. So people look at me and always, it looked like I got a BBL, but I got a big booty, and thick thighs. But see, my booty and my thighs match, so we know that's mine. But some people, if they get it done right, they should match. But that's me. I kind of gain weight that way. I'm not top heavy. So Monique was saying, I guess because she went the conventional way and worked out and everything. I feel like this. I wish they been had this stuff. Maybe we wouldn't have all these people on 600-pound life. Anything that could help somebody become a better person, a better you. Because I notice, as we getting older, you look in the mirror, you seeing shit you ain't never seen before on your face. I've always been the one who looks younger for my age. And when you see your age catching up with you, you're like, oh shit, I'm looking out. And I think that's what my mom is dealing with. She just turned 70. So, her perspective and my perspective is totally, different, because she's at a different time. But I ain't got but 17 years and I'd be there. But yeah, so you're looking at yourself, and Like my mom said, her fun time when she was in her 30s. Yes, I bet so. Mine's, probably 30s too. 30s, and I really enjoyed them 20s, them young 20s. Yes. I had a good time. But I would say if you have to do to lose the weight, it helps you keep it off, is awesome. I mean, I don't put down nobody for what they had to do because, anything you do is going to take some kind of willpower, even if you got to stick yourself. I got to have the willpower to stick myself to lose this weight, and some people, they don't have, maybe when they're so obese that, they can't move and stuff like that. They can't, get out and walk. So those things do help people, and it's supposed to help bring down your A1C and all that kind of stuff. So, I started learning this shit. I remember when I was working at H&R Block and this older lady was talking about A1C and all that shit. I was like, what's she talking about? Because that was way over my head. I'm young. I'm in my 30s. That didn't mean nothing to me. Hell, I still look good in my clothes. I mean, I was probably, I don't know, maybe a size 12. But a 12 on me looks good, because like I said, I'm not top heavy, I'm bottom heavy, so thighs and booty. Because usually if I can get my booty in it, I can wear it. If I can't, and I'm not gonna get no big size. No, I'm not, because I'm not gonna have it too big on the waist. But yeah, those things, Monique, I wouldn't discourage nobody from doing that, because some people, they find their happiness in it. Hey, I was actually able to do this, and I didn't have to get under a knife to do this because she was talking about the risk associated with I'm like, okay, so people can find out the risk, but a lot of people take these medications because they are diabetic. Most people who's on it probably damn near pre-diabetic anyways. So you have to try to, like what I'm seeing at being 53 years old, you want to live a good life. You want to be able to live where you don't have, to depend on others. And, you don't want to, have a heart attack at a young age, all those kind of things. So yeah, we're kind of being mindful of our health, and whatever can help us get that weight off, that's what the fuck I'm doing. I don't give a damn who thought differently of it. Me personally. So, but yeah, I saw that and I'm like, okay. So then also, what else we seen in the news? We know Kandi and Todd is still at it. Kandi said Todd was living in her house, rent free and shit. He said she put him out. I'd have put his ass out. He's supposed to have been messing around with the damn help. The chef, aka Miss Helen, somebody I didn't hire. He messing around with her. So he over there living in the guest house. And we all seen that guest house if you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. I forgot what season it is, but it's whatever season when Kandi first buys that house. And by the end of the season, they had that. I think it's season 5. I believe it is, because I believe it's Kenya's first season. I think it's season 5. But when she gets that whole house done, it's got that beautiful pool in the basement. It's beautiful. So he's over there, ain't paying out a damn bill, not a light bill, not keeping the grounds. And he said he want custody of the kids until she gets done with her show. This is Anne Juliet. And I guess it's doing pretty well. She's been on a lot of talk shows. She was on with Kelly and Mark. I done seen her on the Sherry Shepherd show. She's been on a couple of different things. I even seen Kandi talking about, kind of like, I think she should be a motivational speaker, because some of the things she says and how to keep people motivated, how to not be a dreamer, but actually put it into plan what you're trying to do. She's a for real go-getter, So I like that in her, because I even one time we did she did a live where we all were doing the our vision boards, and she had some of the YouTubers come up that interviewed her or whatever, and they talk about, the vision board. So it was nice what she did. But, look, that's my little rant. I gonna get my daddy some food. But I said, let me come on here for a little bit. That way I can start building my numbers up because this is ridiculous. But I've been having these sick kids and all life happening, which most people got life happening right now. I mean, I'm not the only one, but, a lot of people have things going on. But I just wanted to grace y'all with your favorite internet bestie, Auntie Me. I'm somebody, auntie? Oh, shit, bitch, you a grandma, so whatever. Look, so my grandkids just won't let me live my best life right now. I just did not see this coming. I did not see it. I did not see me being the one stuck with grandkids and can't do nothing. I didn't see it. I did not. I didn't see myself being the little old lady in the shoe. So I don't know. Next week it's supposed to be a black party, and hopefully I can be able to go to that. Hopefully I will be able to. I don't know. I probably ask my mama to babysit my grandkids if I'm on deck next week. I think my daughter may be off. My daughter, she works for the railroad. So usually when she's gone probably like a day and a half to 2 days. So that's how that works here. So it's a little strange sometimes because, it was just the older kids, but now that she got this new baby. I said, this is why God don't give old people babies. I said, sometimes I can barely get, because long as I'm laying down, you have the inflammation build up all night. So when you try to get up, it's just like, I'm rolling, trying to get up out of bed. My back hurts so bad. It doesn't matter how I sleep. I'm like, I don't even remember hurting my back or whatever, but honey, I've been having back troubles documented since 47 was 45 when he got inaugurated. I never forget that. I had a catch in my hip. I went down to the damn Women's March with my little pink pussy hat in tow. And damn, couldn't march, girl. Couldn't march, couldn't damn walk. My hip got to hurt me so bad. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Because, usually I'm the kind of person just plow on through it. It'll get back, something to happen. But no, not that day. No. So I don't know. So we have to, do what you got to do. I will always tell everybody, get your physicals, get your blood work done, especially when you get this age. You got to stay on top of things because you don't want to be reactive. You want to be proactive. And let me see, what is it? It's 4:16 my time. I'm about to order my dad some food. I'm going to eat with him and enjoy the rest of my Saturday because I still got more taxes to do. I'm going to this was a little break. So I'll be back tonight. I don't know. It says 10:40. I think I'm going to schedule for 10 o'clock. I'll be back on and we'll talk about. You look a tad bit mature. What you mean, tad bit mature? I'm 53. I know I don't look older than that. So what are you saying? A tad bit mature. Look, I'm waiting. PGA Bishop. I'm mature for what? You don't fucking lie. I know you fucking lying. I don't look no goddamn 65. No. Look, I'm about to go over and look at your page. Because I know you over here trolling. You trolling like a motherfucker because this black ain't cracked at all. My body may feel 65. I know you just playing. My body may feel 65, but I know this face ain't cracked. It cracked a little bit, but not like some of my counterparts. I would put like that. I'm 53. That's how old I am. 53, and Look, feeling a little bit, I'm feeling old. Because this arthritis be having me in a whole headlock some mornings and you can't get up and do anything. But yeah, I'm just on here rambling, talking shit, trying to build. Thank you for commenting, though. Thank you. What'd you say? You look 46 for real. Thank you. I think I look 25. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I never forget my son. He is 26. So he must have been like 14. And some little boy said, was that your grandma to open the door? I said, I know he fucking. And at that time, I remember I had on a wig. I wouldn't wear that wig no damn more. But no. Nah, not 25. I'm just playing around. You know, it's funny because I'm always was the little person. I mean, I'm short, but when you're always the youngest person in the situation, always the graduated like one of the youngest one in my class, always looked younger. And then when your age kind of catches up with you, because I got carded forever. It's just weird when things is like when you're not the youngest, you're not the littlest, you know, and you become the older person in the situation. You've been like, what the fuck? Life just happens. But yeah, I had my little brother is 40, just turned 47. And I'll never forget a lady in church almost made me cuss her out in church. Lord rest her soul. She goes, oh, you guys look so much alike. Are you his mother? I'm 6 years older than him. And at the time, I was in my 40s. I think I might have been like 41 or something like that, 42. At the time, my brother looked young, but he looked young enough for me to be his mama. I said, bitch. My brother, so it was so funny. He called me up yesterday, and my other brother, who is 2 years younger than me, people always assumed he was the oldest for some reason, who didn't know us from birth, you know, from being kids. And so they told my little brother, hey, you look older than the other one. Aren't you the older brother? He was like, what? Because he had never heard that before, you know, because he's always the younger brother. So it is funny when, you know, when you start aging, like me looking at my parents forever, in my mind, they are 30. But when I look at them and see these older people, I'm like, oh, you know, it's weird. So I had my dad using my phone yesterday and he was calling FaceTiming my brother. So as the phone was ringing, he's looking at himself. He's like, damn, I look hard in the motherfucker. So I'm about to go out there and get him shaved up so he could look his best. Because he was like, damn. I said, yeah, Daddy, I'll be telling you, you need to look back like the old person. So that's it. Oh, she was definitely throwing shade. She just wanted to holler at you. Could have been. I've had one time, me and my brother, we went to Mardi Gras and we drove down there. We went, was it 2001? So I'm young then, he's younger, but we're young. We're walking through the mall and he is so fly with all his nice little get up and everybody was noticing him. I said, we walking around here looking like, because we're going shopping to buy stuff there, because he was like, don't pack nothing, just we'll go shopping when we get down there. So that's what we was doing. So I just got off of work, put on some stuff to get on the highway and left. He got his whole wardrobe laid out. This dude get down there, first of all, they think he's some kind of rapper or definitely a baller, which he was, but he had all the nice get up and everybody was just stopping like, where you get that? What? I was like, what the hell? And one person comes up to us, we heard y'all spending a lot of money in the mall. I think we were at one of these malls that was probably, I don't know, but all I know, I said, they about to rob our asses. We need to get the fuck away from here. They about to rob us. But yeah, my little brother, he always says that we are the MC Hammer kids. We the generation of the MC Hammer. he's the generation of NWA. NWA. So, we was back there hammering, and he come along. They was all gangsters, so we were the good kids. We were more like the Cosby kids, me and my other brother. And that boy right there was the gangster. NWA type dudes. Yeah. But thank you for joining me. We'll be back. Me and Brandy and I will be on tomorrow. We'll be doing our live for Married to Medicine and Bell Collective. And this evening, I will be doing Night Talk, and I will have my shit together. I just thought I'd pop on here. Oh, I got to go look to the nursing home and visit my dad and help him. I know my little brother probably brought him some kind of vape pen so he can smoke some weed. So I got to take him out so he can go and smoke some weed. My dad is 73, and he's been a toker for years, and he ain't about to stop. So he had to have a amputation done on his leg. And they told him that, smoking cigarettes is not good for him. He's like, bullshit. He said he's still going to smoke it. I go, because my dad is like 6'1". I'm 5'1". I said, Dad, you're going to be as short as me in a minute. They get to cutting on the other side. So, yeah, I have to help him. I'm the oldest of 6. So he has 6 children. So I have to go out there and, I'm the one who take care of everything for him. So I got to order him some dinner because I know he wants something other than nursing home food, and see about his phone because something happened to his phone, so he can't call me. So yeah, but thank you, PGA Bishop. It'll be, it's set for 10:40, but I think I might come on at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm out of Indiana. Yeah, because I might fall asleep before then. I've been trying to do this live for the last 2 nights, but as I said earlier, my grandchildren all had the flu, so it just wasn't happening. You're also the oldest of 6. You're 32. Yeah, you're same age as my daughter. My daughter is 32. My little sister is 30. I think 37. Somewhere like that. I think 37. So my dad has 6 children. 3 were my mom. My mom and dad, they were married, and they divorced when I was 7. And then he had one in between, and then 2 kids with his second wife. And if you ever in the New York area, I have 2 of my brothers. They have a restaurant up there. It's called Lighthouse Fish Market. You have 2. One has the actual with the liquor license and everything, so it is a big restaurant, and the other one is more like a diner style. If you're ever in Harlem, that's where they're at. So I'm going to bid you guys goodbye, and I'll see you guys this evening. And thank you, PGA Bishop, for responding. And I'm always full of jokes, but you said 65, so I know better than that shit. But you will have a great Saturday, and bye-bye.